What's up, guys? What's going on? Matt coming to you live from Video Game Mansion. Today we're going to pick up a nice lot of NES stuff. We've also got a nice pickup sometime this week, not sure if I'll be able to record it, but of a OLED Pokemon Switch, some Skylanders stuff, an Xbox 360, some other kind of random toss-ins. And then obviously we have our video game auction on Friday. So we missed one 2 weeks ago because we were getting ready for our grand reopening in Art on the Waterfront. So it'll be nice to be able to get back to our regular Friday night schedule. All right, guys, so deal's done. I'm going to lay this out more when I get home, but just so you can see, it goes pretty deep. A lot of good NES games, some cases. Like I said, you got Contra, Metroid, Robocop, Castlevania 1 to 3. He threw in a couple extra games he just found. Nothing big here. But then 2 consoles, Yoshi CIB and Super Mario Bros. 3 CIB. Like I said, once we get home, I will lay it out so you guys can look at it more. But I did just stop into Value Village and picked up a couple Super Nintendo controllers because we've been running low on those. A couple VHSs for the store, another VCR because they seem to break pretty often. So Brandon and I have actually been toying with the idea of selling kind of more nostalgic VHSs in the store, especially since we have more room now. It wouldn't be a bad idea to put them out, especially since we take them in kind of pretty often to be able to show them in the store already. So I think what I'm going to do, especially with that Digimon, because we already have one in store, I might just store it in the back room for now, and then once we have like a decent stack of them, maybe like 1 or 2 shelves worth, we'll put them up and see if they start selling. You never know, a couple bucks, right? So especially for $2, I couldn't leave that there. I might as well grab it. And VCRs break pretty often, so like I said, had to grab that just in case. So especially since we have the store now, I don't go to Value Village that much anymore, but it's still interesting sometimes to stop in and just see what they have. Today they had a Super Nintendo in the glass case. And I normally go to the glass case as soon as I go in there, but today I just did my rounds first because I don't really care, right, as much. But interesting enough, they had a Super Nintendo and a Model 1 Genesis. And there was a gentleman who got there before me, and you could tell he was waiting for something, and I had a feeling it was probably for the Super Nintendo because you couldn't see the price tag on it. So finally, he asked to see the price on it, and the lady took it out of the glass case, and she couldn't believe. She goes, "Oh, $13.99, what a good deal." And he's like, "Oh, yeah, yeah." And he's like looking it over, and I'm like, "Man, if it's $13.99, why aren't you just like saying, like, yeah, I'll take it?" Like, he's literally searching it and everything like that, looking over all the connections and everything. I'm like, $13.99, no-brainer. Anyways. So finally, the lady goes, "Oh, wait a minute, it's just the controller for $13.99. And then she sees the price tag on the front of it, and it's just the console and the hookups for $74.99, which it was in good shape. So honestly, it's still not a bad deal. That's Canadian. But the guy was like, "Oh, all right." And then just dropped it and said, "Never mind." But what do you guys think about Value Village and their prices? Sometimes you get really good deals, and sometimes it looks like they look at eBay listings, not sold listings, just listings, and go off like the highest price they can find. I don't know. I saw a 3D printer in Value Village about a year ago, and they were asking $900 as is, and they have no idea if it works, right? Because they're not going to plug it in and test it. But what do you guys think? Yeah, so for $13.99, I picked up that controller. I saw they had another one on the shelf behind it, so snagged both of those. Lately, we can't keep Super Nintendo controllers in stock, so anytime I can get those, 100% done deal. Surprisingly, they did have a Super Nintendo Classic controller as well, so for like the mini console, but they're asking $25 on that, and that's going right. Even though it was, you could tell it was brand new, never used, but it's not worth the money. Okay, guys, we're back at the house. So I got all the NES games lined up here. Like I said earlier, you got your Robocops, your Super Marios, your Zeldas, Contra, some Mega Mans, Castlevanias, Double Dragons, Turtles, Bad Dudes. A lot of good titles here, guys. And then we also picked up that OLED Pokemon Switch and this Xbox 360 bundle from one of our friends. Couple good games there, as well as just a regular Switch and then a couple guides. And the best part of the whole lot for Brandon is that he's got another mystery game. I actually asked the seller if he knew what it was, and he couldn't remember what it was, so it's going to be a mystery for both of us. And then we also got a big bin of Skylander figures. We don't normally take these in store, but when they're part of a lot or a bundle deal, we'll take them in, throw them in store for $1 or $2 per figure just to clear them out. So there we have our Monday pickup. No complaints here. We're really happy to get in some more NES games, especially like 50 games at once is a great lot. Those two NES consoles are tested. There were a couple controllers with them. They're good to go. In 360, I mean, a lot of people don't like taking it in, but it flies off the shelf for us. So honestly, we don't mind grabbing some more 360, even the more common stuff. So the only other plan that we have this week is our Friday night auction. I'm trying to line up some N64 boxes and some Wii stuff through a old coworker. We'll see if it pans out. If it does, you're gonna see that in the next clip. If not, we're moving right to the auction Friday night. All right, so picking up here, it's Tuesday night. Just made a deal with a friend for an N64 lot and a GameCube bundle. So just heading now to go and pick that up. I'll give you guys a little bit of a look at what we grabbed once the deal is done. Morning, guys. I'm just gonna pick up here. I was a little too dark when I got home last night to kind of just show you guys what we got, but here it is. A decent amount of N64 games, kind of Harvest Moon being your best one out of the whole lot, but you got your typical stuff like GoldenEye, Ocarina, Smash, GameCube with a loose disc of Melee. I'm sure we can put that in one of our cases and sell that. Some good authentic GameCube controllers, a CIB copy of True Crime, and then an N64 with a jumper pack, obviously, and 2 controllers. So nice little pickup. Happy Saturday morning, guys. We did not get time to film yesterday, Friday, just before the auction or during the auction. But I was able to link up with my past coworker to buy those N64 boxes. So I'm going to lay those out in the store so you guys can see what they look like. As well as some Wii accessories, some Xbox 360 and some Xbox One games. Mostly sports title, but there are some good kind of filler in there as well. Swung through Tim Hortons. We're good to go. So I'm gonna get everything unpacked. The car is really full right now. Lay out the new stuff that we haven't shown you guys yet, and then we're gonna go with a nice day of Saturday sales. Alrighty, guys, here we go. We've got the new Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering set, some Cynthia Garchomp EX boxes. These were those N64 boxes I was talking about. They're really clean. They all have manuals, no games, except for Majora's Mask is literally just the inserts and the box. You don't see those often in that condition. The funny part is he actually found those at a Valley Village for $30 a piece. So he did a nice score there. Some more Switch games coming into the store today. Melee, had to bring that in because we've been selling it out lately. Some 64. Some more Switch Joy-Cons. Copy of Pokemon Red. These are the Wii games I got from him. And then this was the Xbox stuff. So Xbox One, original Xbox, and some 360. So I'm just about to open the store, guys. There's actually people waiting outside already, which is nice to see. It's kind of a mess in here right now, just because I brought everything in. I came in an hour early, but it doesn't seem like it because there's still stuff all over the place, but I brought in a lot of stuff today. So we're gonna go through it and see how far we can get with putting all this stuff away, but it might have to get put into the back for a little bit until we have a little bit of a slower time today. All right, guys, first trade-in of the day. Some good 3DS stuff, and then regular DS, your Mario Kart, some Mario Yoshi Island, and then some loose stuff as well. It's been fairly busy, so we'll see if we get any more trades today. Hey guys, 2 o'clock on Saturday. Just got in a massive trade. Someone sold their whole collection. I'm gonna lay it out so you guys can take a look at it. So here it is, guys. Nice lot of PS3. A lot of good games in there. Lots of PS4. PS4 is a great seller in the store, so definitely happy to get that. Some nice 3DS with some good Zelda in there. A couple Switch. And then some really good Wii, and happy to see some Wii U because we don't get it in very often. And out of this console lot, you got the God of War PS3, a nice gray Xbox One S, a couple PS4s, and then 2 beautiful 3DS XLs. Saturday end of day, it was pretty busy actually all day long, which was great, but I didn't get through all of that trade-in yet to start sorting through it. Same thing with this PS3 lot, and then the rest of the stuff that I brought in from this week hasn't been all fully put out yet, so that'll be a task for tomorrow. Usually Sunday mornings are a little bit slower, so should be able to tackle through that pretty easily. I was able to get some more PlayStation consoles tested and put out, so I was able to get that nice God of War console put out. It does come with the 5 games too, which is great. Able to get that gray Xbox One tested and put out. So all the consoles are looking very, very full right now. I think the only thing we're really gonna have to work on over this week is gonna get a couple more NESs all fixed up and ready to go. But that'll be something for this week, not for tonight. Was able to get this glass case really filled. So we have a lot of Switch currently, which is great. I find that a lot of people are dumping their Switches right now because they're expecting the price to crash with the Switch 2. So a lot of people are trying to get rid of them before the prices really go down. So no complaints there. They're getting traded in left and right. And we did sell a decent amount of Final Fantasy packs today. I think this is probably one of our best Magic the Gathering launches for a set in a while. So I'm tuning out for Saturday. I'll check back in tomorrow morning. Morning, guys. New day, Sunday. It is currently 11:30, so I kind of came in today and did a couple things and totally forgot to record. So it's been steady. My first little break right now. I have been working on restocking PS4, so I'm pricing out tons of PS4 right now. Since I was in before any customers came in, obviously, I was able to alphabetize all of our 3DS and DS. So that was the only section that we didn't get to alphabetize after our expansion. So I'm so happy to get that done. I'm going to keep working on pricing this PS4 so I can get it put out, and I'll show you guys what that looks like once that's done. PS4 is actually a very big seller here. I think there are 2 top sellers. Brandon can maybe correct me, but I think that our 2 top sellers are probably PS4 and Xbox 360. Picking back up, it's around 2:30 now. It's been very, very busy, so I haven't had time to really film, but we got one walk-in trade of some newer items, so some PS5 games, one PS4 game. Really happy to get that because we don't get that many current gen stuff, especially on the PlayStation. But the funny part is I just got all those PS4 games out, so this spot was actually completely filled. And then one person came in and bought it, I want to say around 15 PS4 games, so it's looking a little bare again. So if you guys ever have any questions about what it's like going to a video game store or just stuff in general, put it in the comments below. We love hearing from you guys. We love interacting with you guys. So any comments, put it down below. We'll do our best to answer you guys. Maybe even feature it in a future video. Kind of a strange trade-in, but I figured I'd show you guys anyways. We got a nice e-reader. You don't see these too often. We already have one, but it's nice to get another one in. A sealed PlayStation 3 Move controller, or motion controller. The Hobbit for GBA, it is box and cart, so there's no manual. Dragon Ball Z Shin Budokai for the PSP. Last of Us Part 2 for the PS4. And a couple more of the Move controllers with some pretty yellowed balls on top. So probably the coolest thing we got in this weekend was this Pokemon Crystal guide. You don't see them very often. It's the Nintendo Power official guides from back in the day. It is actually in very, very clean condition, and it is complete with its poster. So that's a very, very cool piece to have in the store. We also do have a complete in-box copy of Pokemon Crystal in the store. So what do you guys think? Should we pair them together and make it kind of a package deal, or just put them out for sale separately? Okay guys, we are officially closed. It's 4 p.m. Sunday. Thank you to everyone who came out this weekend. Lots of great sales, lots of great buys. Take care, enjoy your week, and we shall see you next weekend.